I want to start off with, as usual, with one of the warm-ups, just a striking warm-up, but it's also in conjunction with a thing I'm starting. I've just decided to do a thing called Dim-Mak's practical and most practical and deadly point strikes. Those are the ones that will work every time for you, they're easy to get at, etc. They'll work in a real pinch, and unfortunately we need it nowadays, the way the world is going. So we'll start from the top. Get a punching shield. So we'll just start. Be careful with the first one because you don't want to hurt your fingers. We're just going to go from our. That's a very good rock. Yeah, excellent. Look, people are standing in the on-guard position already. See, that's here. That's Brian's. So you can go anywhere from there. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, Alfredo, yeah, that's a good on-guard. See, hung hinge. See? Straight into it like that. Edwin, yeah, you've got the on-guard position. Excellent. Okay, careful of your fingers here. We're just going to start with a finger strike to CV22. What we're going to be covering today is CV22. It's one of the most dangerous strikes you can do. You all remember that scene in that film with Sean Connery where he's standing at the door, boom, and the guy goes, what literally happens with a soft strike, let alone one of those. So we're just going to go, just like that, from your on-guard position, just going to go up, like that. Okay? Do it softly at first so that your brain works out how hard you can hit this thing without damaging your fingers. You must have some give in your fingers. Don't go like this and like that because your fingers are going to be forced back here. They must be loose. See how I hit it like that? I didn't hit it like that. I hit it like that. So if I manage to hit a harder object or something, or maybe his chest bone instead of CV22, the hand's it's got some give in it, you see? I can hit that, even that, that's not representative of CV22 because it's much harder. But I can even hit that hard and it doesn't affect me whatsoever. So let's get that right first. Now what's going to happen here is your partner's then going to turn the thing just slightly to the side because you're going to come into to gallbladder 3, which is the temple. So although CV22 is the main strike, gallbladder 3, of course, is another very deadly strike, but it works perfectly with CV22. So we're going to go, as soon as it's struck, he just turns the thing. More to say about this. I said to him, just stand near the stage because it makes it look really good, theatrical. If you go up on the stage, you see. He wouldn't come out. When I said to him, if I go like this and you just fly out the back door, he said, no, they wouldn't believe that, Dad. With these things, you've got to be not as aggressive, but as violent as possible. There's a difference between violence and aggressive. You don't want to be angry. You don't want to have aggression. You want to be violent, that's all. But you want to get in there as quickly as possible. Because that's the only time you've got in a realistic situation. I'm trying to instill in everyone that in the class we can't have a realistic situation. We can only get as close to it as possible. In a realistic situation, there's the fear, there's the adrenaline build-up, and there's the speed at which things happen in the street. And I know that things can happen. That's how quickly they'll happen to you in the street. And you've got to be even quicker and much more explosive in your actions in order to defeat someone in the street who's intent on landing one on you. And it's normally a hook punch or something, or a knife or whatever. So let's just go into that. We'll put it with a person in a minute. So you're just standing here like this now. You'll also notice that my hand doesn't go straight in like that. Always a curve. See that? It's a tiny little curve on the end. Now, it doesn't matter which foot you've got forward. I think I have my left foot there forward then. Bang. See that? A little curve on the end. I'll just do that strike. See how it looks as if I'm not going like this in other words. I'm not doing that. It's going. See, it's going in and out. And that leads you nicely, because the rebound of that going circularly leads, bounces off and leads you into, it's got to be a Fa-Jing. Don't just go with that. Okay, let's try it, and keep in mind those principles of being extremely violent but not aggressive, and as fast as you can possibly do it with as much power as you can possibly do it. Thank you, Ben. Okay, just have a look here. Now that you've all broken your fingers, I'll tell you how to really do it so you don't hurt your fingers, okay? You've got to allow the thumb to touch as well. So that when you're striking, you can see the 22, you're not just going like that, the thumb will dig in here. See that? The thumb's going to dig in. So you're actually striking, not just with the fingers like this, the thumb will strike as well, and it's the thumb that saves your fingers. Although I can do it like that with a fair amount of power. If I include the thumb, I get, because the thumb, all fingers together is spreading the power out over your fingers, okay? So include your thumb in the story. So you've got to literally scrunch your fingers up a little bit more and put your hand a little bit more like that, so as to get, see how the hand is angled? It's not angled like this, it's angled like that. So make sure all of the fingers touch, but it's these fingers, of course, that are doing the damage into CV22. Thumb will be going in here anyway, and that's a really good point strike anyway, into stomach 11. Sorry. Sorry, yeah, see how that effect on him, that was just like that. That's quite amazing. We normally strike, of course, down in here, especially for the revivals. But if you strike up in there like that, that's quite an amazing strike on someone, especially if you're going bang like that. That works in perfect harmony with CV22. That can be struck. We'll get into that later, I won't. Well, don't worry, darling, I won't do it this time. You strike like that, you can strike with a one-arm punch up, and you can strike with a heel palm or whatever. It just lifts the whole shoulder off. Okay, have a go. Thanks, Ben. Okay. What you've got to remember, some people are losing the idea of this violent action thing. Even though you think you're doing it fast, you're making it into two movements. You're sort of going like that. See, that's too late. It's got to be boom, boom! Never give a sucker an even break. As soon as you're striking with the fingers, you've got to be you've got to follow up straight away with that second strike. We'll just try it without the bag now, just to get a few methods of attack. If someone says hello to you, just do that to them. Okay? Even if it's just hello, like hello aggressively. Hello, like that. And then run like hell before the police come. Get out of there. Okay, any sort of attack, it doesn't matter. So now what we're going to do now is your partner's just going to put in some sort of hand attack to you. It doesn't matter what hand attack it is, remember you've got another hand. So if it's the other hand, it doesn't matter. I can do it that way, or I can do it that way. Remember, don't think about the person's hand coming in. You're only thinking about this and this. That's all you're thinking about, center line. That's all we ever think about, especially in barbed wire, Tai Chi as well. You're always thinking about striking the person, not the peripheral.